Good evening. Welcome to Reporter's Diary. You are watching us live on the Eco of India's Facebook page as well as on our YouTube channel. But before we move ahead, let me just share with you the major points in news today, the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that the new national education policy focuses on learning instead of studying, and it goes beyond curriculum to focus on critical thinking. According to the Prime Minister, the new policy will give strength to the government's push towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. Prime Minister Modi also said the governments should have minimum intervention in preparing the education policy. India today joined select group of countries after successfully test firing hypersonic technology demonstrator vehicle. The vehicle based on hypersonic propulsion technologies has been developed by the DRDO and it will help the country in developing futuristic space assets, according to experts. The Delhi Metro today resumed services after remaining closed for over 5 months due to COVID-19 pandemic. Both the DMRC and commuters were seen exercising caution at various stations. Metro services were also resumed today in Chennai, Bangalore, Kochi, Hyderabad, and Lucknow. UNICEF is going to lead the procurement and supply of coronavirus vaccines to ensure that all countries have fast access to initial doses when they are available. UNICEF is the largest single vaccine buyer in the world. It procures over 2 billion doses of different vaccines annually for outbreak responses as well as for routine immunization. And in Bollywood, actor Kangana Ranaut has now been given Y plus category security by the central agencies. It came after the actor got a renewed threat for speaking up against alleged use of drug by some stars in the film industry. So these are the major points we have in news today. Now I'm joined by our reporters. Yes, we have Ashmita, Razia, and Riddhi. Ashmita, what all is happening?
Hello, Safi. In today's news, one issue I would like to mention is that Sikkim today saw its sixth COVID death when a TB patient who was discharged from hospital 11 days back and died, and a test after death showed that he was corona positive. And another story I would like to mention is from Shiliguri. The HHTDN, the apex body of hoteliers, tour operators, and other stockholders in tourism from the hills, has written to State Forest Minister Rajiv Banerjee requesting him to reopen all national parks and sanctuaries so that tourists flock there once again.
All right. Thank you, Ashmita. Riddhi, yes, what all happening?
Hi, Safi. One issue that I would like to highlight today is that uh, Partho Chatterjee, State Education Minister, today said that the government will not implement the national education policy anytime soon, as it undermines the country's federal structure. Chatterjee also said that he has raised objection to the center's decision of excluding Bengali from the classical languages. He has attended the Governors' Conference on the role of NEP in transforming higher education. Another story that I would like to highlight is that it took
Riddhi,
place
just
in.
1 second. I'll just once again for you viewers read what Prime Minister's version is on education policy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that the new education policy focuses on learning instead of studying, and it goes beyond curriculum to focus on critical thinking. According to Prime Minister, the new policy will give strength to the government's push towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. Prime Minister Modi also said the governments should have minimum intervention in preparing the education policy. Now, this is Prime Minister's version, and I would just ask Riddhi to once again mention what our Education Minister Partha Chatterjee has said today.
Partho Chatterjee today said that the government will not implement the national education policy anytime soon, as it
Okay.
undermines the country's federal structure.
All right. So the reason why we just reiterated the earlier news here is so that viewers, you have an idea like the stands which are there on national policy. Yes, Riddhi, please move on.
Another story that took place at Bishnupur in South 24 Parganas is that a leader of BJP's women wing was shot by unidentified criminals. BJP's Mahila Morcha's vice president, Radharani Nashkar, was seriously injured and was taken to SSKM hospital. BJP MP Loket Chatterjee has alleged that it is the work of the local TMC leadership, but however, the ruling party has denied of any charge.
Okay,
That's
so
all
here is
from
another
this.
political story which is brewing up in West Bengal. And now we move on to Port Blair. Razia, what all is happening there?
Shafi, recently Directorate of Education has come to the rescue of the parents who are because due to COVID-19, as we all know, the private workers are highly affected, and the private schools are keep on sending a WhatsApp and messages to the parents to pay the tuition fees, school fees, and also the Directorate of Education said not to charge fees except tuition fees and from the parents, students till further order. So this is something good who are private workers. So the Directorate of Education has come for their rescue. And another story is about the standard passengers of Nicobari, Nankori group of islands, Kar Nicobar, Kachal, Kamota. These are the small islands, and from Port Blair they have to go by ship only. So these passengers, the government servant who just came here, Port Blair, just to meet their family members, and some came here for the treatment regarding treatment. They all stuck in Port Blair since the month of July, and there is no boat facility, and the government servants are not getting their salaries. Private people who visited here regarding medical during medical emergency, they are keep on shifting places because they don't have money. First of all, second thing is they don't have accommodation, they don't have family, they know few relatives are there, few known people, so they are telling we are keep on changing places one place to another, and the administration not providing any proper guidance. We have the ticket, they showed the ticket also, they have the ticket, but no sailing, nothing, and no proper guidance from the administration. So these two, apart from this, I would like to give, after so many days, I would like to give the COVID update also.
Yes.
Three active cases are 331, so it's dipping each passing day. Even though due to flight service, as the flight services is continuing, so one or two active cases we are getting on daily basis. The fatalities are 50, and recovery rate is more than 3,000. So that's all from Port Blair.
All right. Thanks, Razia, Asmita, and Riddhi for joining Reporters Diary. Viewers, this is all we have this evening in Reporters Diary. You can watch us again tomorrow at 6:30 on the ECO of India's Facebook page or on our YouTube channel live. Thanks.